Welcome back. Citrini research, the 2028 global intelligence crisis has gone viral. Prashant has walked over to the big wall to tell us more. Prashant.
Well, thanks very much for that. Rarely does a piece, an article, blamed for moving markets, right? I mean, you go to the Wall Street Journal front page today, the landing page today, and it points out this particular article as the reason why stocks sold off last night. As one of the reasons, right? But even that is rare. Usually it is, something else. I mean, it's not a. And by the way, I read this. I didn't read the whole thing. It's a really long piece. But and I'll tell you the crux of what it is saying. The title is the 2008 Global Intelligence Crisis, and it's like a gloom and doom piece, almost a doomerist kind of view about what AI will do, right? And what it does is it takes you through what will happen in 2026, what will happen in 27, what will happen in 28, what will happen in 29. It's like a forward-looking piece in that sense. So, I was surprised when I saw this getting blamed and getting mentioned quite a bit. It's absolutely gone viral, but that was yesterday. But then it continues to get talked about. Now, Citrini Research is not a big, large fund or anything. They're a sell-side firm. They do largely top-down, macro-ish, thematic type of research. It's a small firm, but well-respected in that sense, right? Now, what is this particular piece saying? Not that it's anything new, but it's kind of sort of very well detailed out. It basically says, it explores what happens if AI productivity gains prove too successful, right? And the consequences, and I'm just summarizing, it's a very long piece, which I'm summarizing in maybe a minute and a half. It says AI drives unprecedented GDP growth, productivity growth, but no growth in consumer demand. The velocity of money circulation in the economy collapses. The reason they say is because machines don't consume anything. I mean, if you're basically going to get to automate everything, your productivity goes through the roof, GDP increases, but it's all on paper. On the other side, right? What can you and I offer as labor to earn a wage? So if on the other side there isn't any demand getting generated, so where will consumer and discretionary spending, etc., happen from? So that's a fundamental kind of point that they're making. They say it'll accelerate into job losses, etc. And they say that displaced workers shift into lower paid roles or reduce consumption, right? That's the other hit to consumption. One is straight away income goes away. The other is low paid work, where it's a hit to consumption. It says disruption spreads beyond employment into credit markets, and it basically hits intermediation, economies which are heavily reliant on intermediation and discretionary spending. So this is the crux of what this very long-form article that I put out by Citrini Research really says. It identifies a few sectors, right? Intermediation related sectors which are going to be hit the most, and these are the ones: food delivery, payments, software and IT services, private credit. Specifically identifies, but it's not limited to this. I urge you go and check out this article. It talks about other stuff as well, but these are four that are picked up straight away, where it points out there is perhaps going to be a problem. It's gone, as I said, it's absolutely gone viral, but it's not just a one-way view. People are coming up with a research opposing it, saying, well, this is too gloom and doom, and it's not going to play out like this. What I decided to do is present two opposing views to this, right? And both are, by the way, well-known philosophers, economists. So the first one is from a man called Joseph Schumpeter. He's a political economist, basically Austrian-British origin, late 1800s, early 1900s, but very popular man. And he pushed the idea of creative destruction, right? He says creative destruction does not just destroy, it creates industries we can't conceive of yet. Now, these ideas were put out early 1900s, but it's the basis for a lot of arguments that we are making now. That and we hear this often, right? There are going to be jobs which don't exist right now. So that is one. That's from Schumpeter. The other is Friedrich Hayek. He's again an Austrian economist who essentially focused on prices, and his viewpoint was that prices will respond. And in the context of the Citrini speech, the article, What does the Citrini article says? That companies will continue to spend hundreds of billions of dollars, irrespective of everything else. Mr. Hayek argued that it does not work like that. What happens if the stock market is down 50%, credit markets are down 50 cents to the dollar, and things are in a spiral? Will companies be able to raise money, do IPOs, etc., to fund all this capex which is required for these productivity gains? So his basic point, which he made, again, a long back, was that prices adjust and markets are not a static kind of, a mechanism, and we should not discount that too much. So I thought I should put two fundamental opposing ideologies to, of course, what is being put out as this, what is being touted as this, and it's a well-written piece. There is no doubt about it. If you can go back to the first page, it's a well-written piece, but I think one has to take into account some of the opposing viewpoints as well, and I just put out two. So this getting blamed for a market correction, I thought it was surprising, and that's why I thought I should highlight this. Sandeep?